Mark, 18 years on from leaving Southampton as a player.
Long time, yeah.
You're back as manager. Just tell us how it feels to be taking on this challenge and this role.
Yeah, it's a challenge. That's the correct word, but it's one I'm excited by. I think the opportunity to come back to the club that I know well, the club I've got a real affinity with, in my view, and it's an opportunity that I wasn't expecting, if I'm honest. This late stage in the season, didn't really expect that there would be any opportunities. Probably, if I'm honest, probably waiting for maybe the summer leading into next season. But when an opportunity like this presents itself, I had to take it, and clearly with my connection with the club, that was important as well.
It's a difficult situation, obviously, for the team in the table at the moment. What do you feel that you can bring to help improve this situation?
Well, I think I bring experience of the Premier League. Clearly, I won a lot of points in my career as a Premier League manager. That understanding what it takes in this league to win games, that will help us. But first and foremost, I think it's about coming in and maybe being that different voice, that different message from myself, from the staff, that will enable the players just to recognise and focus what needs to be done in this key period of the season. The objective clearly is to remain in the league, make sure that we're a Premier League club next year. That's where this club needs to be. That's where it should be, and that's our intention, to make sure it remains there.
You take training on Thursday for the first time and meet the players. What are the kind of key messages, at least as far as you can tell us, that you'll be telling them ahead of this run-in?
Well, from our point of view, it's we haven't got enough time to do a gradual process. We have to hit the ground running. We can't afford to waste any time. It's about making sure that they understand what I'm about and what I believe in, and the standards that I have, and the levels that I expect the guys to attain. That's both in games and in training as well. And if we get those levels, then with the quality we have, undoubtedly we've got good players here. So that part of it excites me as well, because I know there's good quality players that maybe, for whatever reason, and we'll get down to the reasons why maybe it's been more of a struggle this year, but clearly we've got a good group of players here that have the ability to win games in the Premier League, and that's what we intend to do.
Yeah, I know obviously you haven't worked with this group before, but I guess you do probably know them quite well because of your experience in the Premier League. How much does that help you when you're coming into a situation?
Well, I know a great deal about them. Obviously, going up against Southampton over the years, you get a real understanding of what they're about and their style of play, and if I'm honest, I probably tried to sign half of them as well, so I'm quite got them over the line for previous clubs, but so I know a lot of the quality that these players possess, so it's going to be good to get the opportunity to finally work with some of the players that I missed out on in previous clubs.
Are you able to tell us a little bit about kind of some of the things that you want to see on the pitch as well from them in this run-in, and particularly the final 8 games of the Premier League?
Well, I don't think we need to show any apprehension. We just got to go out and express ourselves and show the ability and the understanding of the game and the management of the game, really, because I think when you play in the Premier League, we know it's a difficult league to compete in, and every game is a different test. Every opposition player or team sets different problems for you. So we've got to have the answers, and we're in a situation where we just got to get the job done. That's my remit. I'm here to get the job done, make sure that we're in the Premier League next year, and it could have been very easy to just allow this opportunity to go by, and people would have said, well, I can understand maybe only 8 games to go, it's not easy, but actually as soon as the opportunity presented itself, and it's all happened very, very quickly, I have to say, but I was very clear in my own mind that there was something that I felt I wanted to be part of, and something that I feel we can do.
You don't have too long to obviously prepare for your first game on Sunday away to Wigan in the FA Cup, but how exciting an opportunity is that in that competition to, potentially build a real bit of momentum?
Yeah, exactly, and it's not a case of just parking the cup competition because we feel, well, maybe the priority needs to be the Premier League. I've always been of the view that cup runs enable you to increase your form in Premier League games as well. So I don't see it as an irritant that the fact that we're in the latter stages of the FA Cup competition, which is the greatest cup competition in world football. It's a competition that was very good from my point of view in my career as a player, and something that I've got a real feeling towards. So we want to do well, and obviously the consequence of doing well in the cup will, in my view, help our performances in the league.
Is it quite helpful for you as well to have that game, and then I know it then goes into an international break, so some players will be away, but to have a 2-week period before that first Premier League game?
Yeah, I mean, maybe that's a little bit of the timing of the decision to make a change, and clearly that will help. I need to obviously get to know people in and around the club. Clearly, I need to understand the players as individuals as well, and that takes time. You have to sit in front of people and understand where they're coming from, and maybe get an understanding of maybe their frustrations or where they feel they need to do better, and what they need to be able to do better. So that's a process that we'll go through, and hopefully that will turn us around very, very quickly.
You've got Mark Bowen and Eddie Niedzwiecki coming in with you as well. I know you've worked with them for a very long period of time. Can you just tell us how important they are to you and what you do?
Well, yeah, we've been together for a long, long time, and some people on occasion have said, well, maybe that's a negative because, he's just bringing his friends and his colleagues that he always brings around him. And the reason I do it, I've got the benefit that actually I work with guys that I trust implicitly, and they understand my thinking when I'm not in and around the place, because I get dragged as a consequence of my role. When I'm not able to be around, I know my voice is still being heard, because they know exactly where I'm coming from. And I actually, when people say or question, well, you always bring the same guys with you, it's because it enables us to work quickly and effectively right from the moment that we start. And I have the added bonuses that, yeah, they're my friends, so they're my best friends in football, but actually they're the best at what they do as well. There's no point in having good relationships on a personal level if they're not up to the job that you're asking them to do. These guys know exactly what I expect of them.
And just finally, we mentioned at the start your previous affinity with the club as a player. Does it feel like quite a natural fit for you to be coming back here now as manager?
I'm really excited by it. I haven't been back to the city for a long time, so it's going to be great to reacquaint myself. So I love the area. When I was down here, it was a great time. Sometimes the football was a little bit of a challenge, and I probably came at the wrong time in my career. It was probably the back end of it, and didn't do as well as I'd hoped, but maybe my strengths were failing at that point in my career. But we had good times here. We had some good players. I enjoyed my moments here, and there's more to come, I feel.